Hi, this is Shirai. I wanted to give you some ideas or some logic of my accounting ability. I have over 25 years plus in accounting, and this is an actual company I'm working on, but I'm going to disguise the name to so I won't jeopardize the company confidentiality. However, this this is I'm working on the general ledger at this point. I got all the receipts together and I'm going to actually put this on accounting software. However, I wanted to give you some synopsis of my ability. I'm going to debit ABC receivable for $4,312. I'm going to debit the meal expense for $114.50. I'm going to debit the lodging expense for $140. I'm going to debit hotel tax expense for $1641. I'm going to debit airfare expense for $797.40. And I'm going to debit car rental expense for $37.29. I'm going to debit the fuel purchase expense for $45.62. And I'm going to debit the Federal Express expense for $28.78. I'm going to credit deferred hours earned for 4,312 even, and I'm going to credit operating account, and that will be your cash account, your checking account, or your zero balance account for $1,180.55. So my debit and credit on both sides should equal $5,492.55. Now, here I'm going to, this is what I had to put on my books, but I'm going to bill ABC Company for reimbursement for these expenses so I can keep track of it through the expense report. So I debit operating account for $5,492.55. I'm going to credit ABC receivable for $4,312 even. I'm going to credit the meal expense for $140. I'm sorry, that's the wrong amount. I'm going to credit the meal expense for $114.50. The lodging expense for $140. The credit is going to hotel expense for $16.46. Credit airfare expense for $797.40. The car rental expense for $37.29. And I'm going to credit the fuel expense for $45.62. And the Federal Express expense for $28.78 is a credit. I'm going to debit deferred hours earned, 4,312. And I'm going to debit, okay, and sorry, I'm not going to do that. So that's what I had done, which I'm going to debit deferred hours earned for 4,312, and then I'm going to credit my company, so I would say X, Y, and Z equity for $4,312. So the debits and credits were equal on both sides. Then I had a rental expense for my rental office. I have a debit for prepaid rent lease for $500 and a debit for November rent lease expense for $500 and the operating account credit for $1,000. Then I have my cell phone expense that I have been accumulating and have not basically recorded it. So in X, Y, and Z company under my general ledger, I'm going to debit the telephone expense, and it's Verizon 135.97 cents. I'm going to debit Verizon again for the month of June for $135.97. I'm going to do it again for July for $119.91. I also are going to debit in August for $171.07, and also in September for $218.70. Then I have received a bill from September 21st to October 20th, and that bill was $165.90, which will give me a credit of my operating account because I paid out this with a check for $947.52. But I have to put in accrual for October 21st to October 31st. So the accrual, the reverse accrual entry will be basically, I'm taking $165.90 divided by 30 days will equal $5.53 a day. Then the $5.53 a day times 10 days, which will be the accrual amount, totals $55.30. So my accrual reversing journal entry will be a debit to the Verizon expense account for October 21st to October 31st for $55.30, and general liability account for $55.30. The expense report module for the debit airfare will be traveled. This is advanced airfare for $7.15 and operating expense for $7.15. So I already taken into account that I had paid X, Y, and Z paid in advance for this airfare travel. So, and then debit here, accounting contract service, which is my company, for $40, and then credit cash for $40. Now, I'm going to the balance sheet. My assets accounts, my operating account is $1,648.68. My prepaid is $500. My total assets will be $2,108.68. My general liability is only $55.30. Remember that accrual for the Verizon telephone expense. And my owner's equity for X, Y, and Z company is $2,053.38. So the basic 101 accounting is asset equal liability plus owner's equity. So therefore, we have a total is $2,108.68 on the asset side equals liability plus owner's equity totaling $2,108.68. Now this is just entry-level accounting. I have done much more complexity of accounting, intercompany restriction funds, let's see, international transactions, and so forth, and auditing. So this is just a little snapshot of my ability. This is Shira.